Sir, today new class or repetition?
We are continuing the correction of the exam. 1 second. I'm just setting everything up. We're going to start in a minute.
Cutting do one.
La ilaha illallah. What's going on? Hello? Wow, المستعان. Mustafa, please turn off your camera. Mustafa, your camera is on. Please turn it off. I'm struggling with the internet connection. If people have their cameras on, it makes things much worse.
I think it's not camera, just only the picture.
Oh dear, where is the whiteboard? Have I lost everything I wrote? Allahul Musta'an. طيب. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Assalamu alaikum. I'm back and it's cutting again.
Stand.
Okay, طيب, let's try again. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu sallam mubarak ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'een. Amma ba'du. I hope the internet connection will allow us to get something done. So, brothers, I want you to take note of what I'm going to write on the board here. Take note, please. Don't just take a screenshot because you're going to need it as we go through this lesson. So please take a pen and a paper and take note of this. So let's get started. So brothers, the last exercise of the exam, exercise 7. اذكر موقع كل كلمة مع إعرابها واضبط شكلها. So, in order to do this, I want you to follow this particular pattern of doing things. So, first of all, we are going to talk about الموقع من الإعراب. What does that mean? That means one of the following things. it means that the word, where is it in the sentence? What role does this word play in this particular sentence? So when we're speaking about role, we're talking about mubtada, khabar, fi'l, fa'il, but also, for example, mudaf, mudaf ilayhi, jar, majroor, or ظرف, na'at, etc. And there are many more. All right. So when you are breaking down a sentence, this is what you start with. الموقع من الإعراب. So looking at sentence number 1, ذهب عمار إلى المدرسة. Let's write this sentence down here. ذهب عمار إلى المدرسة. So we would say, we're going to start with the first word, of course, ذهب. What is the موقع from ذهب? Where does it fall? Is it مبتدا, خبر, فعل, فاعل? It's of course فعل. So we are going to say ذهب فعل. Guys, please don't draw on the board. Please, guys, do not draw on the board. Is there any way that I can prevent you from doing so? I'm not sure. Whiteboard? No, I don't know. Anyway, خلاص, we'll have to put up with it. So, ذهب. Then, عمار. What function does عمار play in the sentence? If ذهب is the fi'l, after it comes عمار. عمار is the fa'il. وهكذا. So that is for the first thing to mention. Let me put a number here quickly. Then the second thing is al-i'rab. So the i'rab is going to be one in 4 things. It's going to be either marfu', mansoob, majroor, majzoom, or mabni. That's when it's not mu'rab. All right. So we can have the case where it is mabni. That's if, and none of these apply. Okay. The word does not have changing at the end. It is fixed. So going back to our first example, ذهب عمار. We're going to say ذهب فعل, and then the i'rab. What is the i'rab of ذهب? ذهب is mabni. All right. ذهب is مبني على الفتحة. So it's not مرفوع, منصوب, مجزوم or ساكن. مجزوم, sorry. مرفوع, منصوب, مجرور, or مجزوم. All right. It is مبني. Then we have عمار. We said عمار is فاعل. What's his إعراب? مرفوع. فاعل مرفوع. So as I said, فاعل, that's our first thing we mentioned, the موقع من الإعراب, فاعل, and then the إعراب مرفوع. And then third thing we mentioned is علامة الإعراب. So this could be ضمة, فتحة, كسرة, سكون, but also maybe a waw, like in al-mudarrisuna, or it could also be it could be an alif. So it could be a number of things, all right? But the main ones are the four mentioned here, the four harakat. Those are the main alamat al-i'rab. So that is the third matter that we mentioned. So going back to our example. So we would say here, ذهب فعل ماض. All right, that's if you say it, it's better, but if you don't say it, no problem. مبني على الفتحة. Okay, طيب, let's just say مبني. Let's not get into too much details here. مبني. All right, that was for ذهب. Then عمار. عمار, that is فاعل مرفوع. فاعل مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة. All right. However, so those are the three fundamental things to say when you are breaking down a sentence, when you're making the i'rab of a sentence, as we say. However, in our particular exercise, I was only asking for the first two. I'm giving you the third one here, just as a benefit for the future, and then we shall repeat that later on. But what I'm expecting you to do is as following. Say, ذهب فعل ماض عمار فاعل مرفوع. And then we have إلى حرف جر مبني.
Hello.
And then finally we have المدرسة, which is اسم مجرور. All right, اسم مجرور, and طبعا it is مجرور, as the name says, no issues. Okay, so gentlemen, this is the pattern you have to follow. Again, first of all, you mentioned الموقع من الإعراب is the word مبتدا خبر فعل فاعل مضاف مضاف إليه جار مجرور ظرف نعت منعوت بدل, etc. After you mention that, you don't mention it for each word. I mean, like for the whole sentence in one go. No, you mention it for the first word. Say, for example, هذا مبتدا مبني. Then the إعراب مبني. خلاص, that's it. بيت خبر مرفوع وهكذا. These two steps, I'm expecting you to mention. This one here we'll do later on in life, but please take note of it now.
Sir, sorry for that. What is the page number?
We're still correcting the exam. There's no page number here.
Okay.
We're in exercise 7 of the exam. So, we're now going to do every sentence separately. Sentence number 2 is the following. Kitab Abbas Mufid. So, who wants to give a go at this first sentence? Raise your hand. There's a way to raise your hand. You can click a button and it raises your hand here. All right. Ashiq. Go ahead.
كتاب عباس مفيد.
Yes.
كتاب اسمه.
Kitabu what you say? Raise your voice.
اسم.
No. Ism is not from the matters that we're asking here. Right? When you start, you're starting with al-mawqi' min al-i'rab. And these are mubtada, khabar, fi'l, fa'il, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, etc. So kitabu, what is it in the sentence?
مضاف ومضاف إليه.
Alright, it's mudaf, but before being mudaf, it's something else which is more important. Alright, Sahel. Sahel, where are you gone?
Oh, okay. كتابه it's اسم مرفوع.
No, it's not ism. Guys, ism is not what we're asking about. We're not asking about the type of word. We are asking about the function of the word. Marfu' is correct. Right? But that's step number 2. I said step number 1 is the mawqi'. Alright? Look down on the piece of paper that I asked you to write down what I wrote. What are the possibilities of the mawqi'?
It's something.
It's مبتدأ.
Yes, it is mubtada.
Okay.
Right? Mubtada, and then as you said, what?
مرفوع.
Marfu', yes. Okay, mubtada, marfu'. However, it is also something else.
مضاف.
Mudaf, yes, alright. Mubtada, marfu', mudaf. Alright. Second word. Back to Ashiq. Abbas, what is it?
خبر.
Is khabar, Abbas is khabar?
لا مفيد.
Mufid is khabar. Alright, so what is Abbas?
مضاف إليه.
Mudaf ilayh, ahsant. So, we say mudaf ilayhi. And what's the i'rab of the mudaf ilayh?
عباسي.
Sorry?
كسر. كسر.
Okay, kasr, that's the sign of the i'rab. But the i'rab, we only have 4 things. Marfu', mansub, majroor, majzoom, or no i'rab, mabni. So what are we dealing with here?
مجرور.
Majroor, yes, very good. Majroor. Okay. Abbas is mudaf ilay, majroor. Good. Then, Ashiq, last one, mufidun.
خبر.
Khabar, very good. Khabar, what's the i'rab of the khabar? Sorry? Khabar, who has an answer? Raise your hand. Yes, Sahel.
مفيد رفع مرفوع.
Yes, khabar marfu'. Ikhwan, the khabar is marfu'. Alright? So again, كتاب مبتدا مرفوع وهو مضاف. عباس مضاف إليه مجرور. مفيد خبر مرفوع وهكذا. Right? These are the two levels of breaking down a sentence that I'm expecting from you at this stage. Okay. Guys, please take note of this. Please write this down. Look at your paper and write it down. Don't just take screenshots, guys, because that doesn't work. Okay, you're just piling up screenshots in your pictures folder, and you know that doesn't go nowhere. Please take notes. So, moving forward. The next sentence is سيارة المدرس واقفة أمام خلف المسجد. So, a volunteer for this sentence, raise your hand. All right, Sahel, we had you. Let's see if we have another volunteer. طيب, let me...
Ustad, excuse me.
Yes, Nasser.
Nasser here, can you go back to the same page?
This one?
Return. Yeah. Just I have to return.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it will help. Okay,
yeah, go ahead. Right, take your time.
Okay. I think it will help others also.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Today I am a silent partner.
Oh yeah? Why is that, Ya Abdel Nasser?
Because the last class I was not here. Okay, so I am watching what happened here. Okay, I write here Mubtada Marfu, Mudaf Ilayhi, Majroor, and Khabar Marfu. Okay, Kitab Abbas Mufid. Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right, you're welcome. Abdel Nasser, did you write this down? This is the most important.
Yeah, I write it down.
Okay. So, Muhammad Junais, let's hear from you. Get going. Ahlan wa sahlan. Wait. Wait a sec. Muhammad Junais, where you gone? Muhammad, hey,
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
سيارة مدرس واقفة خلف المسجد.
All right, okay, for the shekel, that's good. Now break it down.
سيارة مبتدأ.
Yes, correct. سيارة مبتدأ. Okay, مبتدأ and what? What's the i'rab of the مبتدأ?
مرفوع.
مرفوع. All right. مرفوع. Okay. Next, المدرس. Yo, guys, who's playing music in the background?
Yeah, I will.
The Nasser. I had
مدرس. It's مجرور.
Yes, but before you tell me majroor, you have to tell me why. And that's maybe because we forgot something about سيارة. What is the connection between سيارة and المدرس?
جار مجرور.
No.
مضاف إليه.
Okay, so who's the مضاف?
سيارة مضاف.
Okay, so سيارة is مبتدا مرفوع ومضاف. Okay, المدرس is what?
مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه. What's the إعراب of the مضاف إليه?
مجرور.
مجرور. Good, Muhammad. Excellent. تمام. مضاف إليه مجرور. Let me expand this a little bit so we get everything in one line. Okay. واقفة. What is واقفة?
اسمحت.
No.
استثناء.
No.
It's فعل. فعل.
No.
It's خبر.
It's خبر. Exactly. واقفة is خبر. Alright, what's the إعراب of the خبر يا محمد?
مرفوع.
مرفوع. Excellent. مرفوع. Alright. Next, خلف.
خلف المسجد. خلف. It's فعل.
No. How can it be a فعل? What فعل is that? What action is that? Behind. That's not an action.
It's مضاف.
مضاف, yeah, but before, that's correct. Alright, let's keep that. Before being مضاف, it's something else. What's the موقع in the sentence? What role does it play in the sentence? خلف, أمام, تحت, فوق, بعد, عند. What are these words? Who knows? Raise your hand. No, خلفة is a ظرف إخوان. ظرف. Alright. ظرف. What's the إعراب of the ظرف?
خلف اسم منصوب.
منصوب. Yes, good. منصوب. And then you said it's what? Hi Muhammad, you said خلفة and then al-masjid. What's the connection between the خلفة and al-masjid?
مضاف إليه.
Okay, good. So خلفة is what?
مضاف.
مضاف, yes. Alright, now we have al-masjid.
مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه. What's the إعراب of the مضاف إليه?
مجرور.
مجرور. Okay, very good, ya Muhammad. Okay, excellent.
شكرا.
Alright, guys. Finish writing this down before we go to the next one. We have 3 more to go. So, moving forward, the next sentence is مفتاح باب المكتب في الغرفة. So, a volunteer for this sentence. A volunteer for this sentence, raise your hand. Nasib, go ahead.
مفتاح مبتدأ.
Yes.
مرفوع.
مرفوع.
مضاف.
And it is مضاف. Excellent. Yes. Next. باب.
باب مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه.
هذا مرفوع.
مرفوع. ده مضاف إليه.
مفتاح باب مكتب مضاف إليه.
ده مضاف إليه. نصيب. Is it مرفوع?
It's not مرفوع.
No.
مرتبي مضاف إليه.
We say مفتاح باب المكتب. Yes.
باب مجرور.
مجرور. Yes. مضاف إليه is مجرور. Okay. Next. What?
المكتبي خبر.
No.
المكتبي هذا خبر.
No. It's not khabar. As we said before, the khabar, how do you recognize it? The khabar is the piece of information you are bringing about the mubtada. And the mubtada being miftahu, the maktab is not the muftahu. The miftah is not the maktab. Right? So the maktab cannot be the piece of information about the miftah.
Okay. Okay. As definite noun, maktabi, al-maktabi.
Yes, what about, say again?
A definite noun, this al-maktabi.
Yeah,
Al-maktabi.
Yeah, it's ism ma'rifa, but that's not what we're asking about.
مجرور.
It's majroor, yes, but why? What's its position in the sentence? Who can help? Raise your hand. Nobody? Maktabi is mudaf ilay, guys. So it means that bab is also mudaf. Right? As we had seen in exercise 4, where we said that Masjidu Rasuli Lahi. Masjidu is mudaf to Rasul. So Rasul is mudaf ilay. But Rasul is also mudaf to Lafdul Jalala, Allahi. Alright?
Yes.
So, al-maktab is mudafun ilayhi. Okay. Mudafun ilayhi. What's the i'rab of the mudaf ilayhi, ya Nasib?
مجرور.
Yes, majroor. Nasser, turn off your camera. You are pumping the line. Thank you, Abdel Nasser. Guys, turn off your cameras. You are taking away from the bandwidth. So, Nasib, moving forward.
Okay.
Now, what is left?
Fi jar majrur.
Okay, so fi is what exactly?
Fi jar.
Yeah, harfu jar we say. Harfu jar or jar, no problem. Okay, and it is yani jar, no problem. It's mabni and al-ghurfati
المرفق المجرور.
Yes, this is the majrur. Okay, good Nasib, la bas. So guys, finish writing this down. Okay guys, we have less than a minute. So I'm gonna cut this session and I'm gonna send you a new link for the new session. All right, we still have 2 sentences to go. All right, so finish writing this until the session cuts, and then I'll open a new session. So خرج زيد من المطبخ.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
This last one not complete. Where is khabar? Not to complete this answer.
All right, the khabar in this particular case is the shibhu jumla, jar majroor. All right, we have seen that in some cases, out of making things more simple, we say that the jar and majroor are the khabar. We shall see that in more details later on, inshallah. Guys, turn your cameras off, please. Turn your cameras off. Jawad, please turn your camera off.
Okay.
So, a volunteer for this next sentence. A volunteer for this next sentence. Raise your hand. Yalla Mustafa, you're an appointed volunteer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. This خرج زيد من المطبخ.
Yeah.
خرج فعل.
All right. فعل, and it's a فعل ماض. Okay, that's no problem.
فعل ماض.
What's the i'rab of خرج?
منصوب.
No.
Mabni.
مبني. Exactly.
مبني.
Yes, the فعل ماضي is مبني. لا محل له من الإعراب.
Okay.
Okay. Next, زيد.
زيد فاعل
فاعل. Excellent. فاعل.
مرفوع.
مرفوع. Very good, Mustafa.
thank you.
من.
من this
من. First of all, من. Forget المطبخ. Start with من.
من المطبخ يا
Yeah, but what is min first of all?
من from
Sorry?
this حرف جر.
حرف جر. Yes,
لا.
good. حرف جر. All right.
جر.
المطبخ.
المطبخ مضاف إليه.
No.
مجرور.
مجرور. Yes. It's the اسم مجرور. جار ومجرور. All right. Good يا مصطفى. Guys,
Thank you.
take note.
يا حرف جر.
So guys, moving forward, going on to the last sentence. Here we are. ذهب ابن عمار إلى بيت الصديق. ذهب So, a volunteer for this sentence. I'm sure we'll appoint a volunteer. No volunteer? All right, let's...
Hello?
Yeah, Abdul Salam.
أيوة.
Yalla, go ahead.
ضرب is فاعل ماضي.
ذهب one
فعل
second.
ماضي.
ذهب فعل ماضي. Good. فعل ماض. Yes, what's the إعراب?
مبني.
مبني. Excellent. Next.
ابن هذا مضاف.
Okay, that's correct. It's mudaf. But before being mudaf, more important, what is it?
هذا ابن عمار is فاعل.
فاعل. Good. فاعل. Okay. What's the i'rab of the fa'il?
مرفوع.
مرفوع. Good. One second. Let me just close the door. My daughter's screaming in the background. فاعل مرفوع. All right. Yes.
مضاف.
And it's mudaf. Excellent, ya Abdul Salam. Mudaf. Okay. Next.
عمار مضاف إليه.
معمار مضاف إليه. Very good. مضاف إليه مجرور. Excellent.
إلى حرف جر.
مجرور. One second. Let me follow. You're being a bit fast for me right now. But very good. إلى حرف جر. حرف جر. Yes.
بيت الصديق. بيت مضاف.
Okay, but before being mudaf, what do we have to say? What's the connection between ila and bait?
إلى بيتي.
Yeah. Ila, you said harfu jar. So bait is what?
Okay. بيت بيت هذا اسمه
اسم مجرور.
ايوه اسمه مجرور.
اسم مجرور, right? The اسم مجرور is what comes after the حرف جر, right? We have الجار والمجرور. حرف جر واسم مجرور, right? These are two things that are connected. And you said بيت is also what?
جر هذا.
Yeah, okay, that's the i'rab, but you said something else. What's the connection between بيت and صديق?
بيت صديق مضاف.
Where is the مضاف? بيت or صديق?
بيت مضاف.
Okay, بيت مضاف. Good.
صديق مضاف إليه.
أيوة, صديق
مضاف إليه مجرور.
مضاف إليه مجرور. مضاف إليه مجرور. Okay, very good. Very good. That is very good job, يا عبد السلام. So, إخوان, take note of this. It's very important that you keep analyzing sentences in this way. This is how you break down the i'rab of a sentence. Whatever sentence that is, no matter how simple or how complicated the sentence might be. Okay? So what I had written for you on the first page, which is now deleted because it was in the previous session, I hope you've written it down as you're supposed to, or at least somebody took a screenshot and you'll be able to share it and write it down in your notebook. Keep that, memorize that, make sure you understand it properly. If you have any questions on that, put it on the group, all right? Don't message me privately, just put it on the group because other people might benefit as well, okay? Let's keep the group for questions. Anybody who asks a question, that's a good thing. Other people will benefit as well, okay? Now, that's it for the correction of the exam. Next week, we shall go back to the book and we shall continue studying. I don't remember exactly where we have stopped, but I think we have finished. Yeah, we are now starting a Dars al-Sadis, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a Dars al-Sadis with the feminine. Okay, cool. Any questions so far?
Ustad.
Yes, Abdel Nasser.
Can you go to the back page for the previous sentence? I can take a screenshot of that.
This one?
Yeah, for the previous one.
No, I don't. That one was from the previous session. That one is deleted now. When the session finishes,
no problem.
Everything gets deleted automatically.
No problem. I go to the current session screenshot. No problem.
Okay, inshallah ta'ala. Tamam.
Okay.
But guys, please, write these things down in your notebooks because all that screenshot business, I know how that goes, right? That just piles up in your files and in your folders and it's just a mess, right? Make the effort to write it down in your notebook. That will be much easier for revision.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Written down. You also want to screenshot that. Okay.
Right.
Can you explain about this Ismu Majroor?
About?
Ismu Majroor.
It's a majroor. All right. So, let's move on. Let's take a fresh page. Al-Ism al-Majroor. That is a mawqi' min al-i'rab. When we have what we call al-jar wal-majroor. Al-jar wal-majroor. Those are two things. Like for example, min al-bayti. All right. Min is our jar and al-bayti is our majroor. طيب. Another way of saying this is harfu jar and ism majroor. So, our min, our jar, that is a harfu jar, and al-bayti, our majroor, is a ism majroor. It's just another way of saying these two things. Is that clear?
Ya Ustad.
Yes?
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And Silva Jumila is coming Muftada, but not coming this Khabar.
Okay, okay. طيب, let's listen to the adhan and I'll explain that after the adhan, inshallah. So, as for the matter where we have, for example, Ammarun fil bayti. Ammarun fil bayti. All right, let me make that a bit bigger. So, Ammarun, what is Ammarun? What is Ammarun, guys?
Mubtada.
Yeah, Mubtada
مبتدا
مرفوع.
مرفوع.
All right. Ammarun is Mubtada marfu'. All right. So far, so good. What is fil bayti?
خبر
Yeah. Khabar. What happened here? What's the matter? One second, guys. I have a technical issue. Now it's working. Okay. Fil bayti is the same as what we have explained here. Right? It's a jar and majroor. Yes? Okay. So, really, technically speaking, this is not our khabar. Because our khabar, it has to be an ism. Right? We said that the khabar is the name, the ism that gives the fa'ida, the information about the mubtada, and said this is not an ism, this is a shibhu jumla. All right. So, technically speaking, the khabar is mahdhuf. It's not, it's cut out, right? When we say Ammar is at home, right? In English, we use the word is. In Arabic, we don't. Okay, so here the khabar would technically be, for example, Ammar ka'inun, or مثلا مستقر fil bayt. Ammar, he is, or he stays at home. He is staying at home. Okay? Because this is all a bit difficult, we just cut that out and we say that in this particular case, we say that shibhu jumla khabar.
Okay.
Right? Or we could say fi mahal al khabar. في محل رفع خبر. Yeah, okay, it's not في محل خبر. Sorry, guys, don't take a picture of this. But we would say شبه جملة خبر. That's it. شبه جملة خبر. All right.
Okay.
However, if we had the same sentence, where we would say عمار جالس في البيت عمار جالس في البيت. Here we have عمار مبتدأ. Okay. جالس خبر.
خبر.
Yes.
جالس. Okay.
خبر مرفوع. في البيت جار مجرور شبه جملة.
جار مجرور.
Right.
Okay.
جار ومجرور. Very simply. The same goes with the ظرف إخوان. We could have, for example, عمار instead of في البيت we could say عمار أمام البيت. أمام is a ظرف. البيت مضاف إليه. Right, so we would say the ظرف is the خبر, but the same goes as with شبه جملة. It's not really the خبر, but like it's a form of simplifying the إعراب. Any questions on this?
مفتاح الباب المكتبي في الغرفة أستاذ. This is described this شبه جملة. But the مفتاح باب المكتبي.
Yeah, one second. That was in the previous lesson.
Please stay with this more.
Okay, 1 second. I'll write it down again. So what was this? مفتاح باب المكتب في الغرفة. Okay. So مفتاح باب المكتب في غرفتي. في الغرفة. Okay. So we have مفتاح مبتدا مرفوع. No problem. And it is مضاف to باب. Yes?
باب.
Okay, so let me just write this down, huh? So مفتاح, this is مبتدا
مرفوع مضاف.
مرفوع and it is مضاف. Okay, excellent. Then we have بابي, right? بابي. This is مضاف إليه. مجرور.
كمان مضاف.
And it's also مضاف. Yes, exactly. It is also مضاف. It's مضاف to what? It's مضاف to المكتبي. Yes, it is مضاف to المكتبي. So, wait a sec.
مجرور.
So, المكتبي, this is مضاف إليه. مجرور. Okay? So, none of this is khabar. As a matter of fact, we could take these two words away and the meaning of the sentence would be the same. If we were to say al-miftahu fil ghurfati, it's the same sentence. All right? Just here we have a bit more detail. Miftahu bab al-maktabi fil ghurfati. Right? In English we would say the key of the door of the office is in the bedroom or is in the room. But we could say the key is in the room. Right? This is just adding information. It's not part of our original building block, which are the mubtada and the khabar. Okay. Now, as I said, where is our khabar? We don't really have a clear khabar here, but it is our shibhu jumla, right? Fil ghurfati, which is fi, which is our jar. Al-ghurfati majroor, it's a majroor, right? And shibhu jumla khabar. Like that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
While we say, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we say shibhu jumla, can you please explain the shibhu jumla? Yani.
Shibhu jumla, we have two types of shibhu jumla. Jar and majroor, that's a shibhu jumla. The dharf is another shibhu jumla. We call it shibhu jumla because it's made up of two words, but it's not a
Yeah,
complete
yeah.
sentence.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
أهلا وسهلا. Any other questions on this? All right, إخوان. بارك الله فيكم. Stay safe out there.
جزاكم الله خير.
وإياكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. See you next week, brothers, إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
جزاكم الله خير.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله.
الله